Welcome to the Red Iron Bear. Today, we're diving into the fascinating history of the Soviet BT-5, a revolutionary tank from the 1930s. How was it developed? What role did it play in early conflicts? Stick around, because we're about to uncover it all. The BT-5 entered production in 1933 and continued until 1934 at the Kharkiv Comintern locomotive plant, located in the Ukrainian USSR. Around 1,884 units were built. This plant was one of the Soviet Union's main centers for tank development during the interwar years. The BT-5 featured significant upgrades over earlier models, most notably the inclusion of a 45mm 20K gun, replacing the smaller 37mm gun used in the BT-2. So, what made the BT-5 special? Speed. Thanks to the Christie suspension and a powerful M5 engine, this tank could reach speeds up to 72 km per hour, 45 miles per hour on roads, an incredible feat for the 1930s. It weighed about 11.6 tons, had armor up to 13mm thick, and a crew of 3 men. While its armor was thin by later standards, its mobility gave it a tactical edge in early conflicts. The BT-5 saw action during the Spanish Civil War 1936 to 1939, where it faced off against German and Italian forces. It also fought in the battles of Schellekens 1939 against Japan, proving its speed and versatility. However, by the time of Operation Barbarossa in 1941, the BT-5 was already outdated. Its light armor couldn't withstand German anti-tank weapons, and many were lost in the early months of the invasion. Still, its design paved the way for future Soviet tanks, including the legendary T-34. In the shadow of legendary tanks like the T-34 and the KV-1, the BT-5 is often forgotten. But look closely and you'll see its influence everywhere, in the concept of fast, agile armored divisions, in the belief that wars aren't won by armor alone, but by speed, surprise, and boldness. The BT-5 was far from perfect. It was vulnerable, mechanically unreliable, and yet it led the charge into a new era of armored warfare. It fought in Spain, in the deserts of Mongolia, in the forests of Finland, and in the desperate early hours of Operation Barbarossa. Some burned, others were captured, but their role was critical. Because without the lessons of the BT-5, without its victories and its failures, the Soviet armored force might never have become the juggernaut that eventually rolled into Berlin. Today, the BT-5 is rare. Only a few remain in museums or scrapyards, but it was a pioneer. The BT-5 was more than just a tank. It was a stepping stone to modern armored warfare. Its speed and design influenced generations of tanks to come. What do you think? Was the BT-5 ahead of its time, or simply a product of its era? Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to dive deeper into Soviet history, military tech, or just hang out with like-minded enthusiasts, feel free to join our Discord community, the Red Iron Bear. We're building a community of history buffs and War Thunder gamers. Come share your thoughts, ask questions, or just chill and maybe play some War Thunder. You can join our squadron. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this.